We are press the police people have. That's good, great. We are not a situation. I just want to press to carry the message that we have asked the police to withdraw, and we ask our people to remain at the airport. That's the solution. We don't want chaos. We don't want problems. Okay, I want y'all to understand this. Everybody, we want y'all to understand that we don't want chaos in the country. The CDC does not want chaos. Let the police back up. Our people remain here. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, for people can say, all our parties, you saw you came here, nobody touched you. Now you came here, and I'm just going to press. You understand? Let's go to our gate. You go across the room. Thank you for all your family here. I really appreciate that. But I also want to assure you that if you want to go out, I repeat, if you want to go out, we expect the police to leave and not come to the airport. If you want to go out, from now to tomorrow evening, if the police propose the situation, there will be a nationwide protest. The international community is connected. I've got you by the hour. If the police propose the situation, keep here. Every capital second of the 50 products of the division.
Of course, it is what it is on the Tuesday afternoon when we sit behind the microphone to bring you live coverage of what happens in Liberia. It is with great pleasure that we've come to you again with another great presentation of the program Inside Liberia on Kia Radio 95.9, beaming from the nation's capital, Monrovia. And of course, we are the newest sensation in the country. And we can only do this with your help. And that's why we are counting on all of you to do the needful to join us. Let's talk about a country Liberia. It is what Liberia is right now, and we can only hope for the better. It is a great time being here. Today is January 7th. The year is 2025. What a great day it is. Today is Tuesday. And the time check in the nation's capital is 12 minutes past 4 p.m. If you are in the United States of America, let me say good morning to you. Maybe you are in the morning hours there or in the afternoon, early afternoon hours. Whatever it is. Wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon. And we are live on Kia Network. Like I told you, we would have started broadcasting on Kia Network live on this wonderful day. And thanks to our technician, thanks to Jefferson P. Weir, thanks to Mr. Monique Kishen. He's called the General. Thank you so much. They've done wonderful and magnificent to getting this page up. And this page is now active. We want to say thank you. You have done exceptionally well. But it is a great time being here, of course. My name is Morris Desmond Brown. And together we will have ourselves a great time. Calvin is yet to join me, but I'm sure Calvin is going to join me here this afternoon. Calvin Gray is my co-presenter. And he's going to be here. We can talk all of the issues. Those of you listening via radio and want to join us on Kia Network, that is on Facebook and YouTube, just write Kia Network is KEARNETWORK, and they are all joined together. Their words joined together. Kia Network is one word joined together. You can find us live on Facebook right now. Join us. Let's talk about the issues that matter. Those of you, please share the video. Join us and share the video. Leave your comments right on our live Facebook feed, and we will have them right out for you right on this platform. So let's give you a reminder of what's going to happen here. So very shortly we'll run around the globe and take bits and pieces of news for you. We'll come back, we'll talk about issues that matter, but we'll begin with Kia Communications Network and Kia Humanitarian Foundation. And then we will run more through the national issues as they unfold. So they are of very great essence, and for the very best the radio has to offer, tell someone to join you and let's talk about Liberia right here. If you're in district number 1 up to district 17, let's say welcome and thanks for joining us. This is a wonderful time. We've come to talk about the issues. And of course, this is where we go next. We try to give you bits and pieces of news right here on this platform. It is very important. Let's go right here. Trying to get bits and pieces of news for you right on this platform. Join us and leave your comments right on our live Facebook feed on Kia Network. And of course, join us. Let's talk about the issues. Let's go right around the world. Share the video, folks. Share and let us know who are those watching us and leave your comments. Leave your comments right on our live Facebook feed. We have them read out for you right on this platform. Let's look at some of the news making headlines right around the world. Tabit earthquake, rescuers search for survivors in freezing temperatures. Rescue workers are searching for survivors after a major earthquake killed dozens of people and damaged more than 1,000 buildings in a remote region of Tabit near Everest. It is important to look at this. It is human interest. At least 126 people were killed, with another 188 injured after the earthquake hit the foothills of the Himalayas at around 9 o'clock local time on Tuesday, according to Chinese state media. A large-scale rescue operations were launched, with survivors under additional pressure as temperatures were predicted to fall as low as 16. Earthquakes are common in the region, which lies on the major geographical fault line, but Tuesday was one of China's deadliest in recent years. The magnitude of 7.1 earthquake, which struck at a depth of 10 kilometers, that's 6 miles, according to data from the U.S. Geological Survey, was also felt in Nepal and parts of India, which neighbored Tibet. Video published by Chinese state broadcast CCTV shows destroyed houses and collapsed buildings in Tibet, with rescue workers wading through debris and handing out chicks blankets to locals. Temperatures in Tangri County near the earthquake's occurrence in the northern foothills of were already as low as 8 before the nightfall, according to the Chinese Meteorological Administration. Still looking for it for you. Our hearts are with the people in China for this wonderful and a very, very, very tragic loss of most of their citizens to earthquake. It is a tragic loss. Stay here and trying to make sure we get more news for you. The BBC is reporting that Iran has been able to execute around 901 persons in 2024. And this is from the UN's report. At least 901 people were reportedly executed in Iran last year, including about 40 in a single week in December, according to the United Nations Human Rights Chief. It is deeply disturbing that yet again we see an increase in the number of people subjected to the death penalty in Iran years on year. Vokatrox said it is high time Iran stemmed this ever-swelling tide of execution. The total is the highest recorded in 9 years and marks a 16% increase from 2023. Most of the executions were for drug-related offenses, but descendants and people connected to 2022 protests were also executed, according to the UN. There was also a rise in the number of women executed. Still looking for it. We'll come to Africa very shortly. A few of our guys have joined us right here. Vanessa Juniamba, he says, I'm following from Nukuta. Thanks so much, my dear brother. Please share the video. My brother and friend Ruben Kane has joined us as well from his usual corner. But this time around, he says he's following from Bond County. Thanks so much for following us from Bond County. Please share the video as well. And getting bits and pieces of news for you is very, very necessary. Yeah. Trying to get it for you right here. Getting bits and pieces of news for you. Maybe we can run back to Africa and look at a few things happening right in Africa. Maybe they will help us. Trying to get African news for you. Ghanaians John Mahama returns as president. John Mahama has been sworn in on Tuesday, January 7, as Ghanaian's president for the third time, as the country faces its worst economic crisis in a generation. Mahama, who started his political career as the communications minister, won the presidential election last year after pleading to a titled the economic crisis, corruption, and unemployment. The 65 years old, who was previously Ghana's president between July 2012 and January 2017, replaces former President Nana Akufo-Addo. Mahama was first sworn in as president when President John Evans Atta Mills died in July 2012. He served the rest of the term and then won an election in 2012. Giving you a little bit of history of our Ghanaian president that was just sworn in this afternoon. We're just still looking at it. Mahama promised to reset the countries on the various fronts, doing a campaign that prioritized the economy and lastly appealed to young Ghanaians who saw the vote as a way out of the country's economic crisis. The election in December for both president and members of parliament was held against the backdrop of the country's worst cost of living crisis in generation and was seen as the litmus test for democracy in a region shaken by extremist violence and corrupts. West African Regional Bloc ECOWAS said the election was generally peaceful, a continuing trend in Ghana. Andrew Tai, founder of the local Vantage company, Z-paid to the Associated Press, I'm hopeful that President Mahama will use the 24 hours economy he campaigned on to improve the country. He can use that to widen the tax base of small and medium enterprises to improve revenue. Oh yeah, we wish the people of Ghana very well in their endeavor. Wish them very well as they go on to have a new president. We hope that he served the purpose. And our own Mama Jalo is listening and following as well. Thanks so much, man. Hope you can share the video, let others join as well. Let's take one more story from Africa, then we can come back to talk about the Care Humanitarian Foundation. Still trying to get bit and pieces for you. We'll take one from Africa, like I said. Let me drink a little bit of tea right here and get myself ready for the African news. Yeah. This is what what we do at Kia Radio. Those of you watching live, you can see that this place is Small America. Yeah, Small America right here. Trying to find the last African news for you, and then we can come back to talk about everything that matters. Well, on that front, we can now go because we are barely having African news. So it's good to be back. Welcome back, folks. Let me see what I can take in my co-host. Of course, he just is right here, and let's see what we can get him on. Yeah, I'll get him on. Okay. Yeah, so he's on now, and we can. Technology is good. Good. So, Karen, hope I got the mic quite correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, one more time, let's see whether we'll get it right.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm okay.
Okay. So, welcome, and it's another day. We are back, just getting bits and pieces of news from around, and we are setting it back. It's very important. But again, let me say good afternoon to all of you, our many listeners, those of you who have joined us to talk about our country, Liberia. It is very important. And like a custom, we normally talk about the Kia Humanitarian Foundation. That is a custom that we have cultivated on the program. And this is meant to talk about the Kia Humanitarian Foundation on some of the issues and some of the things that they are doing to impact the lives of the ordinary people. And for us, it is not about ourselves. It is more like about the country. It is more about Liberia. Uh, so it is very, very important. All of you continue to join us. So, Kia Humanitarian Foundation is a foundation that is a non-for-profit organization or a non-for-profit foundation that seeks to improve the lives of the ordinary people. And our concern is to always impact the lives of Liberians. And impacting the lives of Liberians depends on the work, the quality of work we do. So, yeah, so it is very important for us to know that the Kia Humanitarian Foundation is keen on helping people. We've had several people impacted, and this is not for glorification or edification. It is actually meant for all of us to know. It is very key to know what the Kia Humanitarian Foundation offers. So the Kia Humanitarian Foundation offers education as one of its key priority, offers health, the health component is there. We have sanitation, and we have agriculture. These components are very important, and they are of essence. In every given society, for a society to become functional, for the functionality of a society to be very holistic, it depends on the quality of education that the citizen acquires or the citizen accumulates. And what do we do in education for now? Not much has been done by Care Communication, Care Humanitarian Foundation, but little is much when God is in it. And the truth be told, at least we are not the people or the kind of people who will boast about everything, because we have little that we've done to impact the lives of others. To impact the lives of others. So we have like at least 14 students that we've paid their school fees flat rate. We pay their school fees. And not to a government school, but to a private institution. And that private institution that they're in, we pay the fees flat down. We do not owe the school. The school is the one owing us. How do they owe us? They owe us to take care of those children, make sure that they're educated this year. When we get the next year, the CEO, our CEO, Mr. Christopher Kier, and his wife and his team out there will decide. And we're going to
the Care Humanitarian Foundation has embarked on. Because education is key to our society. And mind you, if you educate a single person, that means a nation has required and acquired what we refer to as knowledge. So we are here, and to ensure this foundation is actually doing well, we must appreciate and we must applaud them for the high level of resilience and seriousness that really moving into this help to breach government protocols as well, bringing in education because one of our major priorities into our areas agenda is education. All right, and this is one of the things is actually trying to really move into because education will be that roadmap that we can really base on, and then we can live by and we can grow upon, and our children can become somebody tomorrow. Mind you, those who are going to benefit or direct beneficiaries of the Key Humanitarian Foundation can become the president tomorrow, can become the representative tomorrow, can even become somebody who will sit to our agricultural setup and see those things that we need there. So it's an applaud to them. It's an applaud.
And one of the things we have not been able to say here, and it's very important. People take education sometimes very lightly. But it is because of education that some of us sit behind this microphone today.
Yeah.
If we didn't go to school to learn these things, we wouldn't know it.
Certainly.
And the reason why we're sitting here is because we decided to learn. We decided to learn. It is very important. And so, let's be talking about education.
Yeah. So this is it, and we are encouraging you as Care Foundation, the Humanitarian Foundation will soon be wishing to you up there to give us cash prize and other areas and other things that we can benefit from. So we are encouraging you to keep following us. You can follow us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and then see what the foundation is actually involved into. And we are not just involved into education, but being a humanitarian organization, this humanitarian organization here is actually going across Liberia. Mind you, we are setting the band march and to reach out into the various counties, not only in Montserrat. This humanitarian foundation is also prepared to restore the citizens of this country in Bakodu, in Grand Bassa, in Sano, in Maryland, and those areas that cannot easily be reached. But at first, let's see who's going to benefit from the Care Foundation, the Care Humanitarian Foundation here in Montserrat. So very shortly, we're going to get to you.
Listen, it's just a very simple thing. We have decided this 2025 that the Kia Humanitarian Foundation will provide the opportunity for 100 persons. I said 100.
That's a huge amount.
I said you should count from 1 up to 10 to 20 to 30 to 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 100 persons will benefit from the Kia Humanitarian Foundation sponsorship. What are we sponsoring? I'm told the University of Liberia will open a week from now.
Very soon.
And once they open, there will be need for, maybe they will put up the entrance time, because they just gave entrance recently. After those students enrolled, they will do another entrance. So when that entrance time comes out, we will be sponsoring, the Kia Humanitarian Foundation will be sponsoring 100 students who have graduated from high school and are desire of entering university, and specifically the University of Liberia, but do not have even the entrance fees. They do not even have the entrance fees. Our CEO and his team have decided that they will pay the entrance fees of 100 persons. These 100 persons will be able to take the entrance at the University of Liberia. Remember, graduating from the University of Liberia is an added advantage to you, because if you take your document anywhere around the world, they respect the University of Liberia's degree. I'm being honest with you. I'm not saying other universities are not respected. No, that is not my point. But if you graduate from the University of Liberia, I don't know why, but maybe it's because it is the state-run university.
State-run university is
so a lot of
university in the country.
So it is normally being respected out there. So we will be sponsoring, the Kia Humanitarian Foundation will be sponsoring 100 students. 100 students who have graduated from high school and are looking forward to entering university, specifically the University of Liberia, but do not have the hand to even register for the entrance. We pay for the entrance. We will pay for the entrance. And you will go and take the entrance. We wish you a successful pass. When you pass the entrance, from there, maybe there will be another opportunity for you. But the fact that the Kia Humanitarian Foundation can offer you this first opportunity to pay the fees for you to take the entrance, it is worth commending. And so we want to say thanks to the CEO. So all of you, we encourage you to continue to listen to Kia Radio. Continue to listen to us. Morning, afternoon, night, evening, listen to us, because you may not know when the information will come up to say we are ready to recruit. It may be announced on the show. It may be announced on the morning show. It may be announced on any show. We prioritize all of our shows here. Every show here is important. Nobody's show is more than their friend's show. No. Yeah, we are very sensitive about all of the shows. So we can make an announcement on any out of the shows. So you ought to listen, and listen very carefully. Every time, pay attention, continue to listen to Care Radio 95.9. So that is what the CEO and the team have decided this enter University of Liberia. And to enter, first you have to take entrance before you enter. So when you take the entrance, we wish you a successful pass. From there, you can enroll. So in terms of agriculture, sanitation, and health, this year 2025 is going to see a vigorous turnaround in those sectors from the Kia Humanitarian Foundation. Our CEO is very prepared and working on some very good modalities in making sure that we move to communities. Visibility is going to be a very serious It's going to be a key component of our activities for 2025.
Yeah.
Visibility. We're going to be in the communities. You're going to know CARE, Humanitarian Foundation, and the rest of it. You're going to know. You're going to know it. So we just wanted to let you know this. It's very important. Now, we also want to say to you that humanitarian services are very important. And once we see the need of helping, every day is on Christmas, we help a lot of people put food on their table. The Kia Humanitarian Foundation will continue to do that. We'll continue to do whatever we can do in our range to making sure we put smiles on the faces of our people. It's very important. So we'll certainly do that. Now we can transition to politics. And I don't know what you have for today. If you have anything prepared for today, you let us know. Then we can rumble through them.
Okay, thank you so much. And we are back on the second editions of this composition. We actually located opposite the barrack. And so welcome quickly into what we have here for today. Over 5 government officials went to attend the Ghanaian president-elect inauguration. And it's not an easy one there. We don't know what economic benefit they brings to our country, Liberia, and the people as well. We understand too that the two speakers, the embattled speaker, Speaker Kofa, and the Speaker Kun, also there. We don't know what are these people, but we are getting news that these people are there, and they are attending this auspicious, this inauguration. But it's something that we really need to grab keenly. What benefit would this bring to? We are looking at the economic benefit. What would this bring to the country and for our people? All right. Another one would be, where will the president State of the Nation address be held? Quite recently, we are aware that a portion of the Capitol building got by fire, and several items got destroyed at the Capitol building. So we are a little bit concerned. Where will the President State of the Nation's address be held? Water in the Capitol building, because this is our normal and regular law. It's where we move. It's where we watch activities. It's where the normal State of the Nation address being held. But for the President's second annual message, whether it will be at the Capitol building, whether it's going to be at the Executive Pavilion, whether it's going to be somewhere else, but that's the question. Where will the President's State of the Nation address be held for this coming time? And we are looking keenly to observe and the trickle-down effect that some of these hoodoo battles that are happening, that coming up or that been happening, happenings from the Capitol building. These issues need to be addressed. These issues need to be addressed. Quite recently, we observed how the nation's building got set by fire, and an investigation team was set up through our fire service division and that of the Liberia National Police. Up to this date, no one single person is yet to tell us what outcome this investigation has come at all. Few days from now, we will be hearing the President's State of the Nation's address. I mean, we don't need any future reoccurrence of what occurred or what been happening at the Capitol building. After this State of the Nation address and before, what do Liberians expect and what Liberians hope to achieve? For almost a year now, 1 year since the president got elected, Liberians be concerned over the issues of the arrest agenda. Now we have agriculture. We have road connection, road connectivities, education. These are areas, these are priority areas that we need to look at. And so, now the president, because many of us now, we are expecting to hear something great from the president. Some may say, oh, the citizens, they are in dying. Some may say, oh, yeah, President Boaga needs to create more jobs opportunities. Some may say, oh, yeah, President Boaga, needs to look into the agricultural sector. Some may say President Boaga needs to look at education. And with this infrastructure development, with the agricultural sector, with our road networks, our road to market, right? And so we have our people in Wapolu. We have our people in Nima. We have our people in Lofa. We have our people in Wadu district, right? Then we have our people in Sando. These people, they are marketers. These people, they are people who are involved into agriculture. They plant their crops and they are prepared to transport their crops. But due to bad road networks, their businesses cannot cross over to the capital. Now they expect President Boaga to say something better that will encourage them into the agricultural sector. Our people in the hospitals, they are expecting to hear from Boaga. What is it that many of our government hospitals are yet to receive subsidies? And not because you and I, we are okay today, but visiting hospitals, there are a lot of people there who their lives are so unacceptable. And we cannot see that our people dying. They are citizens of this country. We have to also look into that. We also need to look into that. What do we expect from the President's State of the Nation's address? What do we expect? Or where do we see for this State of the Nation address to be heard? That's a question. And so we need to forget about all of these calories and pay attention to what matters to the country. I know I can hear people talking politics. Politics is good. But what interests me a lot is when we discuss politics, we should be able to find a common ground. Why we bring the countries from a dying state to a state of positivities. This is what we need. So we are here. These are issues that we need to look at. We need to look at the people who now going to attend. Over 5 government officials now in Ghana attending the attending John Muhammad, and who just got elected inauguration. So we need to look into this. What economic benefit this brings to our country and our people in general.
I listened to the most of the talking points. They are very interesting, and I must admit, they didn't see this coming, but they are very interesting. And I am one of the journalists in this country who have always talked down on wastage in government. Wastage in government is something we should get rid of. Sure. That is why our country keeps retrogressing. Why is it that Liberia, among the Committee of Nations in Africa, the world over, why is Liberia not making progress? Why are we keep retrogressing while other countries are progressing? How do we see it? It's because of wastage in government. You cannot tell me where Ghana, you even need the president to even go to attend an inauguration. The speaker was already there. The speaker could represent the country. If the United Party have chosen Representative Richard Kuhn as their speaker, and he was already representing the government, why should the president be there?
That's the question.
Why should the president be in an inauguration where the speaker has already gone to. When President Bouaka was inaugurated, I did not see the Ghanaian speaker here.
Yeah.
What I saw was the Ghanaian president.
The Ghanaian person.
That shows that the president was represented by, the president was representing the country. For us, we believe in wastage in Liberia. That's the point at which I want to narrow my conversation. We believe in wastage. And it is not just with the Joseph Newman Bouaka's government. It is not just with the United Party government. It has been like this time immemorial. Our government officials are used to wastages in government. They are used to wasteful spending, extravagant lifestyle. They just waste the country's money. They live in opulence.
See our people die.
What we do not pay priority to, what we do not pay keen attention to, are the issues that are affecting the ordinary people. What are those issues? Health, education. These things are very paramount to the growth of our country. If you have a healthy, let me tell the people of Liberia something today. For our country to grow, you Liberians need to stand up to talk. For this country to gravitate from where it is now, it depends your engagement in political issues.
You are right, Desmond. And let me just take you to what is happening now. One of the major things that are trying to engulf our country is the drugs issue. Over 25% of our youthful generation now into drugs. Drugs addiction have become the order of the day. And we have the Drugs Enforcement Authority. We have the Drugs Enforcement Agency. They are there to regulate, to ensure whether drugs come in the country, how drugs enter the country, and to track down those drugs dealers and those who bring in drugs into our country. They are, I was saying, the young people now, they are now, this is one of the things we know. I walk in the street of Monrovia, and if I see young people into drugs, it brings our country to chaos. It actually brings our country to chaos.
Calvin, I don't want you to waste your energy on this. You know why? The country, in the Bible, right in the Bible itself, when God wanted to use Abraham, but then his name was Abraham. God changed his name from Abraham to Abraham. When God wanted to use Jacob, he changed his name from Jacob to Israel. When God wanted to use Sarah, her name was Sarah. He changed her name to Sarah. Now, why am I saying this? The name of the agency itself is disturbing that agency.
It's disturbing. And just to add up, if we go back to the same battle, the reason why when Esau saw his brother Jacob and embraced him, it was because Esau's name was changed. Jacob's name was changed from Jacob to Israel. Now, mind you, Esau had issue with Jacob, but never had issue with Israel.
That is the point.
Good.
So, but here's it. You cannot name an agency drug enforcement agency. You say the agency will enforce the drugs.
Yeah.
You getting the point? Oh, not many Liberians know this. You cannot say the agency is drugs enforcement agency.
Drugs enforcement.
They're enforcing the drugs.
Drugs enforcement.
Drugs enforcement. They are enforcing the drugs.
You are saying something there.
So the name of that agency first must be changed.
Drugs enforcement.
Nobody will take me serious on this radio now because they do not see the biblical place I'm coming from. They do not see the biblical implication of what I'm talking. Names has influence over everything we do.
Sure.
That's why you don't just born your children and name them any kind of thing. You just give any kind of name. Names have effect, either negative or positive, depending on the kind of name that you put on your child. The agency in my mind should be anti-drugs agency.
That could be another name.
It can be any other name, but it should not be drug enforcement agency. That is why when the people get recruited as officers of the LDA, the next thing you see them do is that they get involved into enforcing the drugs. They go to ghettos. They make friends with those that are selling the narcotics, those that are selling those terrible and dangerous drugs that are affecting the youthful populace. They get involved with it. They make friends with these people. They go in the community and you see them. They are doing, in fact, most of the people in the LDA are people who are drug addicts. And I am not apologetic about this. Most of the people in the LDA that are officers of the LDA are drugs addicts. I've seen them in ghettos. This is not something we need to monitor our voice on. This is not something we need to come and pass. We can pass this. And like you said, it is a very serious situation in our country. But we're using money. When they say Ghana President Toseti, the President of the Republic of Liberia gets in plea, he goes there. Remember, let me tell you why the President of the Republic of Liberia continues to go to Ghana every time. Right now, Ghana and Liberia will be the best of friends. The brother told the current president, John Mahama, there is his brother called Mahama as well. He's a businessman. He just donated one machine I can't count on to the airport. Few months ago, he donated a machine that cannot come on. It's at the airport now. John Mahama brother is our president's best friend. 2 days ago, President Braga was in Ghana for what? President Braga went to attend wedding of his friend's daughter.
So my concern here is, are they going to discuss bilateral tie?
My brother, let me tell you something today.
Why is it that they're going to bring back to the country? We need to hear from them too when they come back.
Let me tell you something today. One of the reasons why the Unity Party-led government did not do much in the first year of their leadership is because the Unity Party government were mostly and largely making friends with African leaders, getting around African leaders, working any African leader offer like we should be extending our tentacles to European countries, to big countries that are already up there and they are far above the pedestal. Where are we? African countries. President Braga traveled today. Where? Ghana. Where President Braga is? Ghana. Where is President Braga? Ghana. President Braga visited Ghana since his presidency more than 15 times. For what exactly? And all of these things, they are wastage in government. They are wasting the Liberian people money. The money that's supposed to put medicine at JFK, that's supposed to put medicine in the hospital in Redemption, that's supposed to put the medicine in Telewayo Hospital, that's supposed to put the medicine in several other hospitals around the country, the hospital in Nimba County, Bapol, Bombing, and other places. These monies are being misused by our leaders. They do not care about the ordinary Liberians, what they go through on a daily basis. They do not care.
Campaign messages. I think but if I hear opposition candidates talking about private jet and the other one economic flight and this, that, and you know that when you come in power,
you will do the same.
You will do the same. Then don't preach this kind of message.
Let me tell you that I was saying to you, why is Liberia not progressing? Liberia progress largely depends on our leaders. And if our leaders are concerned about riding private jets. They are paying their way. Imagine, look at our budget. 90% of our budget goes via recurrent expenditure, paying for goods and services, paying for travel expenses and other things for our leaders, for our president, representatives, and the rest of the government officials. How many percent goes to development? 10%. A very minute portion of the budget is placed for development. So this is terrible for our country. And you don't put me there, I'll do this, I'll do that. The same thing. The other day, the president quite condescending a statement to tell his leader, his officials that, hey, let's see, you want steal, please steal, but you should use the money in the country. That is premature for a president to say. Okay? It's premature for a president to say. And if we must think this country, and this country must go forward, our leaders must first show the example. And the example they need to show, let us stop it. I hailed a president in Africa, may his soul rest in peace. John Magufuli of Tanzania. The late John Magufuli was very concerned about his country's growth. John Magufuli will not attain anything that will not bring political dividend or financial dividend to his country. If you invite John Magufuli to your country to attend inauguration, he will ask you, what do my country stand to benefit?
What would your country bring to my table?
You saw how the Sierra Leone people did their inauguration? The elections were held 2 days, 3 days after the man took the oath of office for the second term. He swore and he was sworn in as president. They didn't invite nobody. Inviting all these people to come to the country for inauguration, all are just economic waste. Yeah, economic waste.
Okay, so let's quickly get into the second point here. We are aware now that the President's State of the Nation's address is scheduled for the 4th working Monday of this country. And now we have heard from we heard from the chairman on rule, order, and administration on our committee, James Cody, who is the chairman on rules, order, and administration of the majority bloc. The majority bloc, he's the chairman on rules, order, and administration of the majority bloc. I listened to his statement at the Monrovia Capitol. That's the Monrovia City Hall, when they came to an end of a session. Though the venue of the President's State of the Nation address is unknown, we are yet to see or to hear the venue in question. The venue in question. Representative Cordu attributed the relocation to the destructions of the wedding Albert Tutworth John Chimot that gutted by fire. This Chimot is where the president of the Republic of Liberia, a certain president, has been constituted. It's a constitutional mandate. It's where the president is expected to address legislators and Liberians. The Chimot was engulfed in flame. In flames. An incident that is yet to be investigated. An incident that left the nation in shock. The father has fought accusations, many political opponents. Now we don't know what really led to the fire, But we are yet to see where, or to even hear where the State of the Nations address is going to be held. So we want for James Cody to also come back to us. James Cody should also come back to us to tell the Liberian people, since we don't have the space now at the Capitol building, at the John Chamber, now that James Cody be able to tell us where the Liberian people President Joseph Yuma Boaka, State of the Nation address going to be held. Now, we don't want to be left in doubt. We don't want to be left in the combs where we will be thinking that President, State of the Nation address is going to be held in the executive mansion, or at the executive pavilion, or the ministerial complex. I think there is no time for this. We need to hear this. This is a national issue. It has to be addressed. So, by this stage, the venue is still in question. It has a trickle-down effect to our country. We have visiting guests that will be coming in. Other nations, our neighboring countries, they will be invited to observe the occasion. And now we don't even know where our president will be mounting the podium to address his people, to address the nation, to address people around the world, people in the diaspora wanted to hear. Yeah, one of my friends just called me this morning and was asking me, Mr. Gray, we are aware that the Capitol building got up on fire, but where the president is going?
Well, for me, in my mind, I've heard that the State of the Nation's address will actually be delivered, I think, at the pavilion. That's what I'm getting. But howbeit, whether it is held at the pavilion or wherever it is held, my concern is the crisis at the legislature. And the reason why we throw light on this every day when we come here to talk is because the crisis at the legislature, I saw something written by Rufus Nobel. Rufus Nobel wrote a piece. Rufus Nobel wrote a piece. And the piece he wrote suggests that if there is a leadership crisis that will continue to persist during the President's State of the Nation address, and if there is a chaos in any space, the military could take over. I saw that right up for him. I got afraid. I got very, very afraid. I'll be honest with you. And let me say good afternoon to our boss, the general. He said, "Hi guys, this is the general. Thank you so much, Chief. We are here doing the people's job, and thanks for all of the support you continue to give us. We are testing your work, the work you've done to making sure that the page is up. Yeah, we are testing it, and it is quite amazing. It is very good. Thanks so much. You are a genius.
Thank you,
very
sir.
good. Yeah, a genius. You
Your
are.
hard work as well.
Yeah. So the work at the legislature will only be 100% perfect if the leadership crisis comes to an end. If the leadership crisis continues to persist, like I said, then what Rufus Nobel wrote, I don't know whether I can find that piece to read it out to them, bring people for them to hear what Rufus Nobel wrote. And his piece is very, very insightful. I mean, it's insightful. It's not insightful, but instead, it is in my mind. It is not insightful, but
It's
it
not
is
appropriate. It's not timely now. We don't foresee any chaos here in this country.
Yes,
So,
but I want to read a piece so that I people can hear. Okay, yes, so I find it. So River Never wrote, and I'm going to read verbatim, and then you can have your own interactions. The military may take control at President Joseph Newman Boakan's State of the Nation's address sooner. That is how you title it. He said Article 58 of the Liberian Constitution instructs the president to present the administration's legislative program for the ensuing section and report on the economic condition of the country. This program, which takes place on the fourth working Monday in January of each year, is usually characterized by celebration in the presence of international partners. He goes on to say, the speaker presides over this event. He calls the special section to order. The speaker directs the protocol and entertains all motion, including their adjournment. This simple procedure will get very complicated if two lawmakers continue to battle for legitimacy. Representative Funati Kofa may rely on the Supreme Court's opinion to demand the gavel. Representative Rachel Kuhn, on the other hand, may exert his authority on three grounds. Ground number one, support from the majority, including the Deputy Speaker. Ground number two, the concurrence of the Senate. And ground number three, the overwhelming backing of the executive branch. He goes on to say, if this impasse persists up to the sooner, the military will have to have no option but to take control and enforce order. So we read Article 58 when we get done with what his piece, and read what Article 58 says. The military has the power to remove officials from the hall for disruptive behavior. Have you wondered why the sergeant at arms at the House of Representatives is a brigadier general? Is it not concerning that an ordinary police officer is not playing that role while the military? A brigadier general is above a colonel and below a major general. When appointed to fire command, a brigadier general is typically in command of a brigade consisting of around 4,000 troops. That is 4,000 troops. The sergeant at arms can remove a lawmaker from the session for bad behavior. If a cabinet minister is sentenced to prison for contempt of the legislature, he will be escorted by the sergeant at arms. If officials refuse to appear before the body, the sergeant at arms can get him. During normal legislative activities, the speaker or presiding officer may direct the general in keeping with the rules of the House. However, most military analysts believe that in terms of crisis, the brigadier general must take orders from the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia. Article 50. It is therefore safe to say that in case of confusion or tussle over the gavel of the sona, the military will take over and enforce good behavior. The officer in charge is the sergeant at arms, Brigadier General Martin Johnson. So this is what he wrote.
Let me quickly, before I say something, let me take you to Article 58 of the Liberian Constitution. It reads, Article 58 of the Liberian Constitution requires that the president on the fourth working Monday appears before the legislature assembly to deliver his legislative agenda and report on the state of republic. That means to report to the people. All right. So I would first like to look at on what ground comes Rufus Nevius comments. What is his? What did he see coming before he can come up with such a post? Because mind you, if you just come out and post anything and want to confuse the Liberian people, you cannot bring the country to a chaos in this manner.
Okay.
I don't know which standpoint this comes from. If I would say we'll use the military to take on, it's calling for an intern leadership right there.
No, but I mean, from the reading here, Gray, I think he is mostly saying if the same thing, almost the same thing I was saying.
Yeah.
If the crisis at the legislature persists,
yeah,
okay, continue to persist on the day of the Sona, and Representative Fonati Kofa goes there to sit as the speaker. And then Rachel Kuhn is also there as speaker.
But this is what
there will be a chaos. That is what he's saying. And he said in this case, because they have the Sergeant who is a brigadier general who directly take instruction from the military, that is to say, they will bring the house to order. And to bring the house to order, there will be a little commotion. That is why he's flagging. Now, why is he writing? He's writing this to send out a red flag. To say if the problem continues to persist, this is what may happen in the event where there is state chaos on the day of the Sona. And all of us should be concerned, Gray, that the crisis at the legislature is not 100% solved.
It's not solved. And the reason is this. I want you to look into this. Desmond. It cannot be resolved now because, for what I see, how would two speakers attend the Ghanaian parliament?
So this is the point. Now, I always tell people, where we are at a crossroad in Liberia. And if we continue to act as if our country is just 100%, everything is okay, we'll reach a stage where there will be problem and we'll not be able to solve it. The country is at a crossroad. There are two speakers in one country, and only country you can have two speakers is a banana republic. This is not a banana republic. I've said this over and over that we should find a way to settle this matter. Where we are, our country may retrogress if we are not careful.
Yes, sir.
No Liberian sitting under the sign of our voices now will tell us that what we're saying doesn't worth it. It worth it. If we're not careful, our country will slip down the path.
And Desmond, I'm afraid, but I don't want for Liberians to observe the reoccurrence of what been happening at the Capitol building. This my fear. That this must stop.
You see, nobody in this country will tell me that what is happening at the legislature is in the favor of the Unity Party. No, it is not. Why am I saying it is not in the favor of the Unity Party? If anything goes wrong, God forbid excuse. God forbid it. If anything goes wrong, it is the Unity Party government that takes responsibility. So when this thing started, I said it from the very usual stage, from the time it started the crisis at the legislature, that it needed to be solved. We are reaching a critical stage.
I agree with
Fonati Kofa has now resigned.
I agree with you.
He still purports himself as the speaker.
Fonati Kofa is currently in Ghana.
So he still carries himself as a speaker. Where we are as Liberians, we are at a crossroad. Our country is bleeding. Our country is bleeding. Nobody in this country knows what is happening. But what is happening could jeopardize the peace of the country, or it could allow the country to move forward. And what do we do as a country? We allow everything to slap and say, well, I leave it, man, things will get better. It will not get better if we continue to do the wrong things until we're doing the right things. And like I said yesterday, and I'll be very repetitive. Fanatic did not do himself justice. Like Jesus Christ said, if one sheep go astray,
I'm going for the one.
you go for the one. That is the rules at the legislature. If you have one person saying, I do not like the speaker's presentation or his style of presiding over the section, it should be a priority to you as a speaker. He told everything lightly. He told everything like, oh no, let it be, everything let just be okay. No, everything can be okay. Everything can be okay. So where we are, the country is at a crossroad, and we believe that on the 22nd, it is a major decision for the country. If we still have Representative Fanatic Kofa still being considered as speaker, or Speaker Fanatic Kofa, and then we have Speaker Rachel Kun, it is a serious problem for the country.
In my mind, we need to stop. It's actually deliberate because as an embattled speaker, you are not taking salary as a speaker. Those security that were assigned to you as a speaker, they are no more. Your security convoy has been seized. You are not parking in the speaker's space. And you are not seeing yourself as a speaker. This being deliberate.
So all of these are as a result of lack of negotiation from the beginning. I thought we would have settled this thing before we reach here. But our boss keep writing. He says, wow, you guys look great. You guys look good on TV. Thank you so much, sir. And it is all your handwork. We are very grateful to have you as a boss and as a mentor. You are a great mentor and a great teacher.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Do you have any more talking points?
Well, we can take 3 calls and then we'll come back. That's going to be the last talking point right here.
We can do the last talking point. Just take calls if we have any last talking point.
So we can take break.
Let's see. But let's announce the numbers first. The numbers to call are 077 0573 477. Again, 0770 573 477 or 0881 871 670 are the numbers you can call to be a part of the program. Let's take our very first caller. This person went off. Seems as though somebody was calling on WhatsApp or so. I was trying to hear the sound, but I'm not hearing it anymore. But let's go locally and take this person. The person keep leaving the line. What is the problem? Hope the line doesn't have a problem here. But I show the lines are good. 0770 573 477 0770 573 477 or 0881 871 670 are the numbers you can call to be a part of the program inside Liberian Care Radio 95.9. I'm here with Calvin Gray. We're discussing issues of national concerns, issues that shift the paradigm of our country, Liberia. And we're looking at the President's Sona as well, as it stands for the 22nd of January. What do we stand to see? 2 speakers in one country. How do we address this problem on the 22nd is a major issue. You Liberians have a greater say in this. That is what we're giving you. And we're talking about the way station government, too many things, people, government officials traveling when it should not be the way they travel. So again, we are very, very concerned. And that's why we've raising the red flag. We want you to talk about those issues as well. Join us. Let's talk about those issues. 0770 573 477 0881 871 670. Tomorrow we are hopeful to host the representative of District 17, Honorable Bernard Blue Benson, might be our guest, of course, here on the platform. The WhatsApp is there.
Okay, Bernard Blue Benson is expected to be on the platform tomorrow.
Yeah, Bernard Blue Benson will be here with us for
We'll take him at 5 o'clock. So we'll discuss District 17 matter. We'll also discuss the crisis at the legislature as well. Where does he stand on all of these issues in passes at the House? Yeah, we'll look at a few other things and very necessary for all of us to look at. So tomorrow is a very great day for us, for all of us here, and we expect that you join us for us to talk about those issues right here. So let's take this person. Good evening. Can you walk away from your monitor, please?
Yeah, just on the monitor. Yeah, that's why on my phone, you put it into the type of negotiate. Yeah, thanks for the topic on the discussion. I don't know. But you see, what you discuss, what guy discussing on it, but I can't say the same. But speaking of police for the future,
Sure.
but then it's so, you see another stuff, when people honor him, you know the party will not be superior. I want to say what you say. That's a part of the thing, I want to say what you
Okay. You made your points clear, and we'll take more of your calls. Let's take another person. Good evening.
Good evening, I'm doing.
Well, thanks for asking. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Joseph calling with District 14.
Let's hear you from District 14.
Yeah. I want for the Liberia and the government to go back under that table and discuss about this issue because it's not discuss about the issue with your son will talk about.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's take our boss from the United States of America. Let's see whether we have him already. General, are you there? It's there already. So
Try to pull the power.
General, are you there? Yeah, but it is a bit low here. I don't know what is the problem.
Mine was talking.
Let's hear you, sir. Yeah, let's go on. Let's hear you.
Yeah, okay, I just want to extend my greetings to Kelvin and just want for a nice show. I'm sitting relaxing, watching you guys.
Okay.
And I like the topic that they are on. We pray that things will not go the way people thinking about it. We pray that the legislatures should be able to come together for the sake of Liberia. Because it will look so disgraceful because right now in Ghana we have two speakers. Right now we have two speakers on DJ. But we pray that these things don't happen.
And we're hosting a DJ tomorrow.
Yeah, the DJ will be on tomorrow. That's two speakers. And for the sake of peace, I hope when they gather, they must come to something. Let me not reject themselves. We know what we'll do. Let's just have an election and see who will be the next speaker. You got no for take over. Well, for the sake of Liberia, to our representatives, please put Liberia first. Our people are suffering. Our people are going through hell. You need to concentrate on how to create jobs, how to make sure the schools work and the healthcare is okay. But y'all keep up the good work, and Desmond and Kelvin sitting here relaxing and watching you live on TV. You're looking so nice on TV.
Thank you so much, sir.
Y'all have a good day and y'all keep up the good work.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
We love the commendation. That was good. I mean, I can go home now drinking beer today. Yeah. Go home drinking beer. The fact that my boss man. But you know what is it, Jeff? You know what it means when your boss man tell you that the show is good. You know, thank you for the show.
Thank you so much.
You know, you can go home and drink beer. Let's take this person. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Jeremiah Cole, let's hear you, my dear brother. A very ardent follower of the show.
Thank you very much. And I'm going to use your phone to do that.
Thank you.
That's more to the issue of the leadership. From the onset, I was agreeing with the figure of the speaker. And I said it strongly now. From the day we came from the other country, and you are interviewing on the same show, and you embrace to corruption. I went against it, and I started supporting the majority plan. And then I said, when you came by, you registered it. Jesus said it, now because they are all the honor of people.
Mm-hmm.
So you go and look for the one.
Yeah.
So if Jesus can get that example to the lowest of one, the one more about 43 coming against you. We know people from the only that it is not only one way to remove a people. It is not only one. There are two ways: the legal way and the political way. So you as a people, when you are being elected by a police, what you need to do is to try to maintain your quorum. Your quorum.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure your telephone shouldn't flip on your hand. Quorum.
Mm-hmm.
Quorum matters. As the newspaper, it is just there meant for to launch the telescope. You will go to. That's it. I don't care how many people want to let you know. So when you launch that quorum as a speaker, forget it. You will go. So that's just it. So, honorable political project has been made by me. Because according to people, the cool people say, political means wait for your turn. So you just got to wait. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks so much, Jeremiah Cole, one of our very ardent follower of the show every time. He is always with us, and thanks so much, Jerry, for always being a part. You can stay, put forth your cause, and have your say on the matter and some of the issues that we're discussing. Calvin Grace here, and I'm here as well. 0770-573-477, 0770-573-477, or 0881-871-670. Again, 0881-871-670. Those are the numbers you can punch in right now. You will be live on Kia Radio 95.9. On Monday, let me give the good news to our people. Monday, we'll start to give cash out to people. Cash giveaway. It's going to start on Monday. So as we start the show, we'll tell you how to play. What are the things to do? You just get $100 on your phone, $100 or 70 cents US dollars on your Lone Star mobile money. Once you have that on your mobile money, you can play and win yourself $3,000. So you just play. The more you play, the more you can win. So so we'll start out with 3,000 and gradually we'll go up to even 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. We'll give out to people even up to 50,000. That's good. So we are starting on Monday. Trust me, this is what we do here at Kia Radio 95.9. And so you can still call us. Let's talk about the issues that we are discussing. 0770, again 0770-573-477.
While we anticipate our calls, let me quickly just squeeze in this topic. It's getting concerned. It's actually raising concern for some of us who, some may say there's a whole issue. But there's issue about the motorcycles.
So let's take this person. This person is on. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, how you doing?
Well, thanks for asking.
We're not doing it in the country like it. This is the first time. We're not doing it in the country like it. But we have to follow our culture. If somebody do something, when we follow our culture, we respect.
Yeah.
Great time. The thing that says, when Prince Johnson shot, the premier, then they said no. He said no, the message is good already. They said no. He said, okay, when I'm in that, I'll go that. We said, well, that's the thing that I said true. Now, among four, I would say, 5,003, then you said no. So we didn't withdraw. We still went to say, set up to say, announce yourself. And everybody was like, few parts of me, I played them, I played them well.
We pray for some of these things to not occur.
And one day, Chris doesn't die among them. All I want to ask you, so I leave it to God, because they won't leave before I thought, I love the way street, that when something goes up, when we can't leave it, I care what happens, because you will say that I will die. I said, listen, when I said the things, God gets some more of everything. Things representing death. Thank you, God. So I leave it with God. Lord, thank you. Let's go ahead and Lord.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. We appreciate it.
Commendations are coming in from our presentation. It's very good. We can take more calls. 0770-573-477. Again, 0770-573-477 or 0881-871-670. Again, 0881-871-670. You can put forth your calls. We don't have much time in our favor, but we can talk few things.
Okay.
Like Calvin was saying.
So, on April 23rd of last year, 2024, the Liberia National Police, in collaboration with the motorcyclists and the Transcycle Union of the Republic of Liberia, went into a signature. They signed a memorandum of understanding on road and public safety. That agreement, it was an agreement that brought together motorcyclists and that of the public. I mean, we have Honorable Nelson Freeman, who is the Deputy Police Inspector for Operation, signed for the administration, all right, at the time. And then we also had, for the motorcycling, we also had, what this guy, John Keon, who also signed, I think he's the president for the motorcyclists. Okay, and we've been following. The police is doing actually well. The police, we must commend the police for a job well done. The police been working. In fact, I've been seeing a lot of checkpoints for motorcycles. Police have erected checkpoints to some of those main, cycling points where cyclists usually, bypassing and making their way out. But in recent days, from the Christmas week, within December, I have noticed that two persons, including the rider, makes the passengers three. They are now going against the law. The memorandum that was signed, I want for the police, the chief of police to observe this very thoroughly. That whatever decision that we make, we should stand by it. I don't know, but what means that these guys are using, but I've been watching them closely. Wherever you notice, sometimes they pass the checkpoint, though. Why don't you pass the checkpoint and you go do your own thing? But I want for the police to be very, very rigorous on this decision because it will help. Now, we also have the saying that says, we can make a decision, we don't go by it. We make a constitution, we don't live by it. People will always say, well, this country is a country of no law. And for this country, I want for we Liberians to also respect ourselves. When there is a law play on the board, we should observe and be very, very observant. And be respectful of such law. So that we can go into our own regulatory policy that we place into our system before we go into the joint training. That would be wrong. So I'm calling on the Liberia National Police. I don't know how you see this, but I'm still seeing motorcyclists carrying two passengers. Sometimes even the rider themselves will say they don't want to put a helmet on their head, and then this causes dangers. It endangers your life. All right, your head is important on the entire body. I never knew that helmet is very important, Desmond, until I started wearing helmet. One time I was riding with one motorcycle, the man intentionally, it was deliberate. I don't know, he want to make a U-turn and then he just throw me down, but I just bless God that day. I thank God for my head because only the helmet protect me that time. So we need to follow the rules. We need to observe the rules. We should not be so forgetful.
Okay. So, like you said, it is important for everybody's safety. Everybody should wear the helmet. It's good. But you see, I got serious disappointment in the police. And if we don't get any guests, I'm talking to a few persons to join us Thursday and Friday. If we don't have, we'll look at the police in generality. I think there is a fundamental problem. I see police presence everywhere in the city. Every street corner you pass, they got checkpoint there. But in the night, you don't see the checkpoints. You don't see them there. This is a very serious problem.
And too many things happen at night.
Why it's true we are talking to the motorcyclists? Because for me, Me for one. I will not sit on any motorbike that got 2 persons on it. Not possible. Because of that, because that 1 person on motorbike, they have increased the fare.
Fair.
Where we used to pay 50, we're paying 100.
Paying 100 now.
So we don't have a problem paying 100, but it will be my one on the back. We used to pay $200 to go, to 150 to go from in town to Douala on motorbike. Now it's 300. So I will not be paying $300. Somebody said that I mean not possible. So Liberians themselves, the problem here, we like to break rules, we like to break the laws. Let me tell you, I never put to bring out the Constitution when we're discussing issues. You know why? That's the most corrupt document we've had in this country.
We don't want to live by it.
That's the most corrupt document we've ever made for ourselves. The Constitution has been trampled upon by the very people who made the laws, who created the statute, who say, okay, this is our Constitution, let's live by it. The same people who make the law are the ones who are bypassing the laws and breaking every fabric of it.
Sure, you are.
So I don't like to talk about the Constitution because Liberia got laws and we do not live by it, so we do not have laws in this country. This country is lawless. I know it will sound very strange to people, but if you have laws and you are not making use of the laws, what's the need? So if we have police officers who will just be out in the streets in the morning hours, and the only thing in the streets is for motorbikes and keke, and they're not concerned about criminals getting in the street in the night. By 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock, all the checkpoints in the city, they're all gone. You can't see them. But you see visibility of criminals everywhere in the city. They are terrorizing people, taking away their properties, taking away people things that they work for, people going home at night. After work, they are being harassed and their properties seized and taken from them. Police officers have nowhere to be seen.
The crime rate is on the increase.
So we will have time to talk about that. That one will not remain on it. So I will not sit on motorbike like what you said. I will not sit on motorbike. Any motorcycle tell me another person sitting behind me. The first thing is not even advisable. It's risky.
It's risky. It's not safe.
Because anybody could be a criminal and sitting on that back will harm you. So I can't allow people sit with me. So that is it. We don't have the luxury of time, so we will just go to cabin to wrap up, and then we can come back to say goodbye to you to be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we are hosting the representative of District 17, Honorable Bernard Blue Benson. He'll be here to talk about issues of national concern. We'll look at the government, we'll look at his district, we'll look at his Senate as representative, what has he done for his district, some of the development he's been able to carry it out. We'll look at the impasses at the legislature. Too many things we're going to look at tomorrow. So join us tomorrow. Don't miss it. It's going to be a very, very firing show. So, Calvin, you can just wrap up from there quickly.
Thank you. Let me say thank and hats up to our manager who've been monitoring closely. I love the commendation. This is Liberia. We are here to build our country. We are here to make Liberia a common land. Now, even when we depart, we come back, we still enjoy this country. I can say to somebody in the diaspora that this is a country you cannot run from. You cannot run from it. You can travel anywhere. You cannot be deported from this country. This is Liberia. We love our own country. We want to be here in peace. And to our legislators, it is time for us to live. If we elected you as a representative, as someone who came from a country as district representative, we want you to be custom. Those things that encourage us to elect you as representatives, as leaders, to serve as direct representation for each country. That means that we saw certain quality within you. We did not just place you there because we want to place you there. Citizens came out in the sun, under the rain, and voted you to serve them, to explain their plan, those things that they needed in their countries, in their districts, for the plan to be held. But instead, you go out of the capital and you act like a child that gets born. We don't need that from you. We're encouraging you to behave. Liberia now, we are in 2025. We are growing. We're getting older. We are very much older than any of the other African countries. This is not a problem. For you, we want to say thank you for serving our country. We love you. But if you cannot do the right thing, we'll go against you. We'll put you down. With the simple who put you there, we can bring you down. Thank you. Keep listening. Join us on tomorrow. My name is Calvin Gray. I'm out.
That's the voice of Calvin Gray, my co-host to the show. And of course, tomorrow is another day. We'll be right back. And you can only trust the team here. And we can do better. And we will always do our best to making sure that you get the very best. What a wonderful time it is to be accompanied. Tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow we're going to host the representative of District 17, and Benda Blue Benson. He's going to sit with us tomorrow. Too many things we got to talk. And we are hoping that you can join us and we all can talk about it. We can question him and give him our questions. If you are a resident of District 17, you have a good news tomorrow. Your representative will be right here. You will take all of the questions. Will be in the hot seat. Take all of the questions from us. Until then, I love you all. I keep the peace of our country. Thanks to our Chief Administrator, Mr. Monaki.